you had so many chances to win it at the buzzer, do you think eventually you were not going to get it, or eventually it was going to go for it?
I think excuse me, what was really, to me, was great is they're in the huddle saying we're not going to lose, which I haven't heard since JC left. And they're in there, and they're telling each other, we got to play, man, we got to play, which is pretty good when you're playing 3 and 4 freshmen.
Coach, can you just talk about the progression of Jordan McCabe throughout the year and, having a game like tonight?
He's not looking over his shoulder now. I mean, that makes all the difference in the world. When you know you're going to play and you can play through some mistakes and still may get your butt chewed out, but you're allowed to play through some things. I think that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, the alley-oop in particular. There seem to be a couple of other options.
Well, it's hard to pass it at the right time to a guy for a lob whenever you got your head down looking at the floor. And he really doesn't need to do that because he's got great ball skills.
One of the keys to Culver's rebound has been that he doesn't just assume because the ball isn't in his area code that he doesn't have to go pursue it. Because he chased down some today that maybe he didn't quote have a right to go get,
Well, we haven't really checked his vertical, but you're talking about 6'10", 260 who just separates people and takes a pounding. I mean, he takes a beating every game, but he's strong enough that he can get through it. It's almost one of those deals. Well, if that was somebody else, it'd been a foul. With him, because he's so strong and he plays through contact so well. I mean, he gets rebounds when there's 3 and 4 people around him.
Coach, with the guard combination with Haley and McCabe, the guard position was probably one of your biggest questions going into the season, and it's been what it's been. But what they've done the last couple of games, if they answered some questions, erased some doubts, anything like that?
Well, I think Jermaine's getting better. I mean, Jermaine's biggest problem was he wasn't very assertive, and I think a lot of that was having those veteran guys that had been here, and he was kind of taking a back seat. And he's not. And now he's in most instances the oldest guy out there. So I think, and we've been encouraging him to be more aggressive. And Jordan's not looking in. He's not looking in the mirror anymore, He's not worried about who's behind him. There isn't anybody behind him.
Do you count more on your guards now? I mean, you almost kind of have to.
Well, 1-4 flat for Jordan just because I thought with the matchup that he had, he could get a pretty good shot. And then it also it forces them to help up, which kind of turns Derek loose. Derek doesn't have to fight through so much contact to get to the ball.
Did you learn anything about Jermaine's toughness tonight? Only 52 minutes going back out there after he got sick.
I learn something every day. He wasn't sick; he had cramps. He's had that problem. He's been cramping lately.
Bob, Chase had
that great pass to Derek, and Derek, that great pass to Derek, and Derek missed that. Chase swears that was a pass.
Yeah, but he gets a cut right after that. And he makes a big three. I'm just curious, as a guy who has him out there to do, more good than bad, obviously, but to see that mistake that could have been critical, and then to come back and really make up for it.
Mike, it's the same thing for all those guys that are playing. You're not worried about coming out because we don't have a whole lot of people to put in. I think we played 7 guys in the second half, and Emmett didn't shoot it very well, but I thought he gave us good minutes.
When you have to play that many guys 50-plus minutes, do you just have to tell them to suck it up and go? Or
They were telling each other that. It's a whole lot better if it's not coming from me, which is what we had for the time that we had those when we had Tariq and JC and Dax and so forth. They were telling each other, suck it up. And I didn't have to talk about that. I mean, I had to talk about not doing some stupid things, but the effort part of it. I mean, I thought we sucked to begin with. I mean, the game was horrible, and that's why I called timeout. I said, you guys don't want to be here today, because we were bad. And and to their credit, they got it turned. They got it turned and played really hard.
How did you approach Derek after the last game at Baylor we had?
Well, everything is kind of new to Derek, Bob. He's I said on the radio, whenever he actually learns how to play, he's going to be an absolute monster, because he don't have a clue right now. He dribbles it too much in the post. He's we're trying to get him to do a better job of quartering and getting the ball out of double teams, but he's doing it all on raw athletic ability and determination right now. I mean, he's got a lot to learn.
He said that you stress go back to doing what you know how to do.
Yeah.
And he said I went back to the drawing board after the last game and just did what I can do. And I said, was that reverse pivot move one of those things?
Well, I'm not sure that's right. I mean, he had 8 turnovers today. Well, I guess he played more minutes. He had 6 at Baylor. So he just got it. He goes too fast and he dribbles it too much. It's hard to dribble in all that traffic.
Jordan said that he and Derek got together to put in some more work on defending ball screens, high ball screens. Seemed like they were a little bit more in sync doing that. Did you feel that?
Yeah, when Derek actually made it up there, he gave up 5 points and he never left from underneath the basket. He was he gets tired, but I mean to do what he does, I'm sure. I've never been able to do this, so I don't know what it'd be like.
Coach, this is kind of a left field question.
Wouldn't expect anything less, John.
To go through what you guys collectively have gone through this year and to have a different team at the end of the year than what you started with at the beginning of the year, to have these guys kind of turn it around, have some fun, get some wins there late in the year, would that make it the journey that you guys have gone through worth it at all? If that makes any sense.
Well, I told him yesterday, we're not giving up. I mean, that's not in my DNA, and I don't. There's a lot of them. I don't think it's in their DNA. We need to make a run here at the end of the year, and then we need to go to the tournament and win. I mean, I don't think a postseason deal is totally out of the question. I mean, it's going to be tough. We're -6 right now. We gotta win some games, but we got another one here at home, and we generally play a little better at home. We got Oklahoma on the road and Oklahoma State on the road, so I mean, we can win. I mean, I'm not saying we will, but we can win. Those are games that I think we can win. And then we go to Kansas City, and it's happened before.
Is it any more fun to coach this bunch as it is?
Well, they listen. It's, and what I said downstairs, when you're talking, you got 10 eyes on you. When you're talking, you got 2 guys over in the corner talking about something. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, and some guys over there, getting a drink of water or something, and it's just it's the atmosphere of old. It's not what we had. It's the atmosphere that made us pretty doggone good.
Anything else?